Hello everyone, and welcome back or welcome to my channel. So I had a request from a subscriber. She asked me to do another everyday 10-minute makeup look. I do have one of these already up on my channel, which I will link below, but I actually have quite a few different versions of this. So here's another one, and I will have more coming just so that you have some options and maybe to find out what best suits you. First, my nose is red. It's amazing what you can see when you sit in front of a large window and you have natural light coming in, and then you look at yourself in a mirror this close. So don't do that. This is also not my normal setup. I'm at my brother and his wife's house, so I'm sitting on the floor in front of this big window, and hopefully the lighting is good. But let's just jump right into it. So the first product that I'll be using today is my Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. And this is amazing for filling in your pores. If you're looking to be quicker with your makeup, you can definitely skip your primer. But this one just helps smooth out my skin so much. And I am using a lighter coverage today, so I just want this to help out my skin. So while I'm letting that sink in, I'm going to talk about what we're actually using for our foundation. I normally, on days like this, really like to use a BB cream. So if you're new here, I have really oily skin and it's really difficult to find a BB cream that will last all day on my skin. But I do have an option for you guys. This is what I would normally use. This is the Maybelline Dream BB Pure BB cream. So this is for acne prone skin. So it has salicylic acid in it. That one I've just noticed is the one that stays on my skin the best because of my oils, but I don't have it with me. So what I'm going to do instead is mix a moisturizer and a foundation together to get a lighter coverage. So as you can see, I'm using the Aveeno Positively Radiant Daily Moisturizer. And this has SPF 15 in it, and this is also a water-based moisturizer. And the foundation that I'm going to mix in with it is my L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear in 115. And this is also a water-based foundation. So it's very important that if you're going to do this as well, to make sure that the base of the moisturizer and the foundation is the same. So these are both water-based. You wouldn't want to mix an oil-based product and a water-based product. They're not going to mix as well. All right, so what I'm going to do is use about that much moisturizer and a full pump of foundation. And I'm just going to mix those together right on my fingers. And we're going to apply this with our fingers today. And I know this looks a little crazy right now, but as this warms up to the skin, it will sink in and look a lot better. All right, I think we're looking pretty good. For my next step, I'm going to use my Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. I do have a powder bronzer that I'm going to use as well. So if you'd like, this is something that you could cut out. It's just something that I enjoy though. So that's what I'm gonna do. And I'm using my Real Techniques sponge. To me, cream bronzer is just a little bit more natural looking, and so if I can get this on as a base and not use as much powder bronzer, that is something that I like doing. And this product blends out really nicely, but definitely just make sure to hit really far back up into your hairline because it's a little obvious when you have like a white ring around your hairline, so you kind of want to blend your bronzer back into your hair. Okay, and then the concealer that I'm going to use is my Maybelline Instant Age Rewind in the shade Fair. And it might seem like I'm going a little bit quick, but like I said, did I even say that? I want this to be like a 10-minute makeup look. I want it to go pretty quick. And it's not that I'm like rushing or anything. Just with the little bit of product that I'm using today though, it is going to go quickly, and that is the goal. I'm not really doing this for highlighting, by the way, putting the concealer in all these spots. It's because of the light coverage foundation that I want to add a little bit more coverage using my concealer. That way the rest of the skin can look very natural. You can see the skin texture coming through and everything. You're not going to look like you're wearing a ton of makeup, but then know, use your concealer where you need it to add that coverage. Like when I'm looking, I have a mirror over here that's a little bit farther away, and to me, this looks like I'm wearing barely any makeup at all, and I think that's also the point of a quick 10-minute makeup look. If you're going for a more full coverage look, to me, then it's definitely going to take longer than 10 minutes, because the more full coverage that you are, the more time you have to spend making sure that everything is perfectly blended and it's very seamless. Whereas if you're going more natural, you know, you're not going to be, I mean, you still want to be blended, but you're not going to be able to tell as much if you're not blended when you're using more sheer products, you know? So that's it for cream products. And I'm going to lightly powder my face. If you have drier skin, you might be able to skip this step, but like I said, I have oily skin. So I am just using my Bare Minerals Original Mineral Veil. I have a sample of it and I never use it. All right, so here is our base so far. I think we're looking pretty good. For powder bronzer, I'm going to use my Milani Silky Matte Bronzer in 01 Sunlight. And I'm just getting this on a fluffy tapered brush. And I don't want too much product, so I am tapping off the excess. I'm not going for that intense makeup look though, so I am tapping off the extra and just lightly dusting that on. And that's as far as I'm going to go with that. And for blush, I'm using my Makeup Revolution blush. And this is the matte blush powder. I have this in Fusion. I believe they actually changed the packaging on these, but I know that they still exist. So I will link, if not this shade, one similar down below by the same brand. And I am being careful because this blush can be pretty intense if you're not careful. So I am going to take my powder brush and just run back over that. Okay. For highlighter, I'm using my Essence Pure Nude Highlight in Be My Highlight. And I already know that I want to use this in my inner corner, so I'm just going to do that now while I already have the product out. Highlight is done, and I am going to move into brows. So if you have fuller brows than I do, this could very easily be a 10-minute look for you. But as you can see, I don't really have many brows at all. So my brows take me a good like 5 minutes, but honestly, that's just up to me and how much time I feel like spending on my brows. So what I'm going to use is my KVD Super Brow Pomade in Walnut. But if you have fuller brows than I do, you could go right in with the next product that I'm going to be using, which is the e.l.f. Wow Brow Gel. This has a crazy amount of fibers in there, so even if your brows aren't very full and just, you know, a little bit thicker than mine, you probably could get away with just throwing this in your brows with those fibers in there, and you'll be good to go. All right, so now I'm going in with my Wow Brow, and I'm using this in the shade Deep Brown. And I don't have many hairs, but I'm telling you, the fibers in this stuff are absolutely insane. And I'm making sure to comb my brows up and out so I can get the most natural looking brow possible. I say that as I have like so much pomade on. Well, you know. All right. Next, for eyeshadow, we are doing such a simple eyeshadow look, and I highly, highly recommend this product. So this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo 24-Hour Eyeshadow, and I have this in the shade 25, Bad to the Bronze. So anytime I'm doing a look like this, I definitely like to stick to more neutral tones. I'm not going to, you know, throw on any type of color that isn't a natural shade. So, you know, beiges, browns, bronzy shades. So this is perfect, and it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it. And this is so quick and easy. So I'm literally just going to dig my finger in there a little bit and put this right on the eyelid. I have very oily eyelids as well, and with this I don't even need an eyeshadow base. I never need to touch this up. It doesn't crease. It stays on all day long. It is such an amazing and quick product to use. So also what you can just see that I'm doing, I applied it with this finger, and then with a clean finger, I just hit right up on the edges to blend that up into my skin below the brow. And that's it. That quick and easy. And then for the lower lash line, I'm just using the same product. I'm picking this up on a slightly smaller fluffy brush, and I'm just running this underneath the lower lashes. It amazes me too that this product can even be picked up with a brush almost just as easily as it can be with your fingers. I highly recommend it. Which I know there's that whole rule about not putting shimmer in your crease, but honestly, this color is really pretty and I don't mind it, so that's what I do. Next, I'm just gonna give my lashes a quick curl, and then I'm going to be using my CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. If you feel like you don't have time to curl your lashes, a really good mascara to use is the NYX On The Rise Volume Lift Mascara. This, I don't even need to curl my lashes when I use this, even though they normally stick straight out. This mascara is awesome. So that is another good mascara to use. But I have time to curl my lashes today, so I'm using my CoverGirl. All right, mascara is on, and then the last thing that we need is lips. So I want to keep this as a pretty neutral look. I know I keep saying, oh, if I was doing this quicker, then I would do something differently, which at this point, I would just throw on a chapstick or a balm and be happy with that. But just to show you a nice nude lip, I suppose, I will be using the Collab Lip Liner in Burnt Up. And in the middle of putting on my lip liner, I just want to explain again that just how I said about the bronzer and the blush and how everything is a lighter application when you're doing quicker makeup. A lip liner can be very intense, but if you just apply very light pressure, you can just get enough color and enough of an outline that it helps add to the look, but you don't have to be as precise with it as opposed to if you were applying more pressure and really getting that perfect, you know, Instagram lip. Right over top of that, I'm using my KVD liquid lipstick in Ludwig. And what I'm doing, I'm just applying a very thin, small amount, and then I'm going to use my finger to blend it out. So you can just use your finger to blend it out and blur the edges a little bit, make it a little bit softer and a little bit more quicker, user-friendly. Does that make sense? Is quicker, user-friendly a thing? All right, this is the finished look. So this is another quick go-to makeup look. My other one that I have that I'll link below is even quicker, but it's not as, I would say, pretty as this. This one is kind of like the next level to that one. If you like the makeup look and thought that this was helpful, hit the like button, subscribe. Videos are every Tuesday and Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And sometimes there's a bonus video now thrown in during the week sometimes, so be on the lookout for those. And that is it. All of the makeup that I used today will be linked in the description box down below, and we're good to go. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly appreciate it, and go have a good one. Bye. Use my Milk Makeup Cream Bronzer. This is kind of unnecessary. I don't need to explain that. Okay. Yeah, they're not gonna, that's on that, that's fine. No, okay. What? Did I already say that? It's so, why am I questioning everything? Like, subscribe, description box. Everything that,